This is the plaintiff, Daniel Yato. He says he purchased a car from the sketchy defendant, a used car salesman, and was royally ripped off. The defendant sold him a car which had been involved in 4 accidents and had a salvaged title. What a louse. He's suing for $5,000, the amount he's owed. This is the defendant, Don Gay. He says the plaintiff knew the car had a salvage title because the title he gave him clearly states it in big letters. This guy's a joke, thinking he can get his money back because he smashed the car up and wants him to pay the price? Ha ha ha! He's accused of unloading a hooptie.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff bought a used car from the defendant. Turns out it was in 4 accidents. But the defendant says the plaintiff bought it eyes wide open. It's the case of, I would not buy a used car from this man.
Thank you, Douglas. Daniel Yato.
Yes.
You're suing Don Gay and Tempstad Automotive Services, represented here by Mr. Gay?
Yes.
Okay. For $5,000, you say you're out actually more than that, as a result of a car that was sold to you that has turned out to be a lemon, according to you. Tell me what happened.
My wife was having trouble with her PT Cruiser, and I thought about getting her a new car. And I knew this gentleman from work he's done on my car before for a couple of years. I kind of liked him and trusted him. And he had a car for sale, and I saw it out there when I brought my Volvo in for some work to be
Now, hold
done.
on one second. What kind of an establishment do you have?
Automobile repair,
Right. And why did you have a car for sale there?
because I buy cars and repair
So do you
them.
often have cars for sale there?
I also do.
How many cars do you sell a year?
40 to 50?
Okay. So you're a car dealer as well as a mechanic?
That's correct.
Okay. So what happens? You see the car and you like it.
Yeah, I brought my wife to see it, and she liked it. So I made arrangements for me to trade in a PT Cruiser, which she owned, and to purchase the rest of the car. Well, little unbeknownst to me, the car was a salvage vehicle, and I didn't know anything about it.
Where's
No.
the paperwork from the transaction?
I have
May I
the
see your
bill of
paperwork?
sale.
May I see the bill of sale? May I see the paperwork?
Okay. I don't have the actual title that I gave him, but I actually have
Give me a title.
a duplicate. I have a title for another car that is similar in
No,
paperwork.
I don't want that. I know what a salvage title looks like.
Okay.
I want to know if you have any proof of conveying to this man that the car was salvaged. Because what does salvage mean? That has a specific...
Means it was in an accident and repaired.
No. It means it was totaled and repaired, right? It means
Yes.
there's a difference between being in an accident. I've got a car that's been in an accident and repaired, but it's not a salvage because of that. It means it was considered a total loss and
Correct.
repaired, right?
Correct.
Okay. So what's important, because you then, when do you discover that?
That it was salvaged?
Yeah.
It was a year and 3 months later.
A year and 3 months later?
Yeah, she
Okay,
was-
now, how did you register the car?
How did I register it?
Yeah. Didn't he give you a title?
Registered it for me.
Oh, he registered it for you.
Yeah, he got the
So
registration.
in the mail, did you receive a title that said
I
salvage?
did 1 month later. Didn't even.
Well, where's your title? Can I see it?
Yes, I got a copy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
It's
why
on the
doesn't the
second page.
paperwork, this is the actual invoice for the car, it just has a VIN number?
Yes.
Okay. How many miles were on this car?
93,000.
Don't you have like a requirement if a car is under 100,000 to give a certain warranty, et cetera, et cetera?
It's a lemon law warranty, which is 90 days.
No, but where's the warranty that you gave him? Where, like, I don't, this is what I see when I buy a sweater. I don't see this when people sell a car. Is this how you always sell a car?
Yes.
There's certain things, like the law requires you to disclose certain things, in your contracts when you sell a car as a car dealer. And you are a car dealer if you're selling more than X number of cars, which you are. Show me what you were going to show me, like another title that says salvage. Did you fix this car up after its accident?
Yes.
How did you get the car?
I bought it from an insurance auto auction.
How much did you pay for the car?
I don't remember, but probably right around $1,000.
And you sold it to him for how much?
I sold it to him for $4,000 plus his PT Cruiser, which was not
So a
worth that
total
much.
value of $6,320
That's correct.
after you fixed it.
Correct.
Where does it clearly say salvage on this other one? Isn't this the one you told me to look at so I could see
Yeah,
where
it says right on the rebuilt salvage.
Oh, down here, right. And then where's the copy of your, okay, that will tell me where to look. So do you see how the copy of your title says rebuilt salvage?
Yeah.
New York?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know to
You just
look.
didn't notice it.
Right.
So it was never discussed beforehand.
Never.
And you don't get this until the deal is done. And the
Right.
paperwork doesn't say it. So where's the evidence that you tell him that it, because you must disclose that to him.
It was a verbal thing, Your Honor.
Oh, watch this. It was a verbal thing.
That's the easy one.
And I mean, where do you think that's going to go? Okay, watch this. Did he ever tell you it was a salvage before you bought it?
No.
When did you first learn it was a salvage?
A year and 4 months
Only
later.
because you don't read, because the title came to you a few months
Yes,
later and you saw.
exactly.
But in
That's
any
what it-
event, you certainly found out after you purchased the car.
Right.
Yeah. How's that okay? What are the problems that you've had with the car?
I had, first off,
Well, first of all, when did you take possession of the car?
I'm not sure. It was pretty close to the date of sale, which was 5/17/16.
Okay.
And first issue at hand was that the CD player didn't work. Brought it back to him. He took care of it.
Okay.
And then after that, probably 2 months after that, she was getting leakage through the roof, sunroof. And she went on YouTube and fixed it herself, as far as took care of it herself.
Not just a pretty face. Come on, stand up. You have the car now, right?
Yes.
Is it finally driving okay and not giving you problems, or is
No.
it still giving you problems?
Still
The
problem.
suspension is really bad.
So what's
It
the
was
solution?
damaged. It was damaged in the back. There's no solution.
Yeah, that there will never be
That-
truly
it's not-
aligned
it
in
can't
the
be
back.
aligned.
It can't be because of
So-
the accidents. It's been in 4 accidents.
So it has,
Right, but okay, so you come to court and you're suing for what you paid for the car, plus what you paid because of the rotted part. What part?
the subframe.
I thought you said you didn't fix it. You did fix it.
We did fix it, yeah. It
Okay.
had to have something.
All right, and new tires. Why would I order him to pay you all that stuff back and you keep driving the car? Then you get a free car.
No, it's not. It's not the total price. The total price is somewhere around
So you want to,
7,000.
in the end, then what you want is to have paid $2,000 for the car, I guess, because you traded in the PT Cruiser, and then him to pay for parts. See, I've got a tough job. I've got to kind of try to figure out what your damages are. You want him to have to pay, but you've decided to sue a year and how much later? Almost 2 years later is
We
when
didn't
this.
know though. We didn't know it was salvaged till a year and I don't know. It was probably a year and 2 months later.
What made you sue now?
Well, because the company or the car dealership said he did this illegally, and I went to a lawyer and he said, yeah, he broke state and federal laws and fraud, and he's fraudulent.
And we wanted to trade this car in, and they wouldn't give us any money for it
They
because
wouldn't
it's a
give us
salvage.
they wouldn't even give us more than $1,000.
Right. So perhaps your measure of damages is the difference between $1,000 and the Blue Book value of this car.
Your Honor, I happen to have
Let me hear from you.
Carfax.
Yeah?
If the car were in perfect shape right now with a salvage title, the car has a value of $4,680.
Okay, can I see that?
If the car is just in good shape, it's worth $4,000.
Okay. And how come you have this? To show that
I
his
brought
lawsuit is
into court
excessive?
today
Where's the salvage vehicle part in this?
If you look up in the right, there's a triangle. It says branded title, rebuilt salvage.
Court's in recess.
All rise.
So if a car is salvaged, meaning totaled and then repaired, when it's sold, you have to disclose that to the person who buys it.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Why not?
Well, because the car is now fixed, right?
Yeah, but I mean, any future shutdowns that the car may have, that could come back to the accidents that happened to it.
It could, but do you have to disclose that up front?
I would say yes.
Even if the car is fixed and, cars break sometimes and then you fix it.
Yeah, because there could be damage past what, the previous mechanic saw.
Fair point. Fair point. Going inside the courtroom.
See, there are cases when the measure of damages is really evident, and there are cases where it's a little trickier. I'd like to try to figure out what the value of a salvaged 2010 Dodge is, versus the value that someone's telling you it is versus the amount that you paid, because I believe you didn't know it was salvage. And I believe that he is violating state and federal law by not disclosing it on the documents that comprise the bill of sale. But the tricky part is that Kelley Blue Book doesn't allow you to say salvage. The sites that do require you to put in what the total loss was. And there's only one person in the room I can ask that question of, because he's the only one who knows it, and I don't trust him. So that's not going to work. So if I take into account what I feel it's worth and order him to return what I feel you overpaid, then anything else that goes wrong with the car is on you, because you've already been compensated by getting back the amount for the car. But you don't get the amount for the car, the difference for the car, plus every repair you've made since then. That's not how it would work. But then I've got to also balance that with the idea that you might not have bought the car if you had known that it was salvage. So I get it, okay? This is, this is rough justice. I am going to order that the defendant pay the plaintiff back the sum of $4,000. That's my verdict. Good luck, folks.
Well, the plaintiffs prevail in this lawsuit. They get $4,000 back. What's your reaction to that?
I think it's not fair.
Why?
Because he knew the car was a salvage car when I bought it.
You know, you didn't prove it, though. You didn't. The paperwork, the judge really thinks your paperwork stinks, to be honest.
Well, it's paperwork that I have, and it's paperwork that is legitimate paperwork. So I didn't really get much chance to offer any kind of defense whatsoever.
She believes you took advantage of him. That's really what it is.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
You probably should change the way you do your paperwork. Might help you in court.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Yato, you must feel better now. $4,000.
That's not bad.
I'm surprised you got that much, really.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get it all, but that's okay. I offered
Well, I mean,
him
you
three.
weren't going to get the new tires and stuff like that. That was a little
That's
over.
right.
You weren't going to get that.
No.
Okay.
I
But
wasn't
you still
looking
have the
for it.
car.
Yep.
Now what happens?
We get a new car.
Dump the new.
You can
dump
take
the
the
car.
$4,000, buy a new car, and dump this one, right?
Right. Who got it?
Okay, good luck. All right,
Thank you.
thank you very much. Harvey?
I mean, look, the only way to undo a used car deal is proving fraud, which means you have to prove that somebody lied or didn't disclose a material fact.